One meeting that was cancelled very early in the year, and by the seam of it, it seems it was exactly the right decision to make. We're here at Swingfield for what is usually a season opener, the Champion of Champions. But the weather was against us on the 6th of April, they rescheduled for the 11th of May, and here we are with glorious sunshine, and as always, that fantastic circuit. Watching the riders out there in practice, it looks as if the Swingfield racing is going to be as good as ever. We've got a fantastic line-up in all the classes. That's 500 sidecar, 1000cc sidecar, 250, 350 and 500 solo. Some of the big attractions really in the 500 solo are that Joe Screen makes a return here. He's been here before and he's won here before. But added right at the last minute, we've got Richard Hall coming in, a fantastically exciting rider, and it promises to be a tough competition. We know that other riders have made a great start to the season, and we know that really this afternoon there's going to be a lot of sorting out to do. So the prospect of a great day's racing, we've got the sunshine, we've got the entry, we look forward to a great day's racing. Well, I mentioned earlier that we've got a fantastic entry in the 500 solo, and terrific to see the return of Joe Screen to Swingfield. Looking forward to it, Joe?
Yeah, it's the first one this year for me. We're just trying a few things. Practice has gone okay. Two practices, which is not a lot really when I haven't ridden a grass bike for a while. So, but yeah, we're just here just to try a few things because I want to do a few more meetings this year on the grass, and you know, I wouldn't have been here if I weren't trying things. I would have just been sat at home with my feet up watching the superbikes.
No, absolutely. But I mean, you know, there's a lot of crowd out there that love to see you race. And you know, I know you've mentioned really that this is the first one this year, but you know the track well. You've been here before.
Yeah, it makes no difference whatsoever though. You know what I mean? It's like Speedway, you still turn left, you make a start and turn left, and but it's just the fitness side of it. You know, I've been doing quite a lot of enduro riding this in the winter time this year, and trying to get my fitness a little bit better than it has been. But you do 2 laps out there, and you know you can feel it a little bit. But absolutely. I am not getting tired. You know, we've just changed a major thing in the handlebars. I've changed my handlebars in Speedway, and I've tried it here and it didn't work, so we've gone back to the old style which I used 2 years ago. So I'll just see how just alters the style of your riding, and I felt a lot more comfortable then, and that was down to Paul Hurry giving me a few tips.
Excellent. Well, that's good to hear, and you know, I think I'm picking up through what you've said that you're going to be looking to do a few more grass tracks this year.
I hope so. Yeah, it's, I was going to do the World Championship, get into the long track, but that's gone. I pulled out of that because of I'm not really set up properly yet.
Right.
Maybe doing it next year. I don't know. I wasn't when I did my fixture list start of the year. I wasn't that busy, so I thought I could fit it in. Now I've gone really busy. You know, I've gone doing a few more meetings in Poland. Swedish League started. Yeah. You know, I'm doing quite a lot on my bikes myself, and it's hard just to do. You know, I want to be. If I want to do it, I want to do it 110%, not 85%, and that's what I would have been doing. So that's the reason I pulled out there. But yeah, I want to try and do a few. Try and do the Masters, and you know, last year I was so disappointed not to win that. You know, if I would have won the final, you know, in the end it would have made a lot of difference.
Yes.
And I ended up third, which I should have won it by half a bike. So it was one of them things. So I want to win that before I retire, and I've only got 2 or 3 more years left.
Yeah. Well, no, and it's going to be an interesting Masters this year because we've got that fantastic road mini circuit. Yep. But really pleased to hear that you're doing more, Joe. As I mentioned before, really, there's a lot of crowd out there that love to see you racing. Yeah. Fantastic to see you back.
I love to ride every weekend, but it's just the Speedway commitment is where I earn my money, so that's why I've got to do that.
Absolutely. Fantastic to speak to you, Joe. Good luck.
Mate. Thank you.
Well, I've been saying in the build up to the meeting today that really we're now into the season. Most people have been out for 2 or 3 rides already, but when I look at Springfield track and I think of the 500 sidecars, that looks a big track to me.
Yeah, it is, Jim. It's quite a nice size actually, and to be fair, I do quite like it around here. Must admit, it always helps if you do have some good rides on certain tracks, you know, but this one I do quite like.
Yeah, we're going to say actually that, you know, we've seen the 500 sidecars at this circuit many times, and you certainly have had some success here, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. I mean, you know, sometimes it hasn't been easy, but that's racing. You know, we're out there to enjoy ourselves as well as try and, win like everybody else.
Well, absolutely. Everybody's out there to win, but Abby, I'll bring you in for a moment because enjoying the season so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I've had a bit of a bad time at Tallington where I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know why, but ever since I've just loved it. So.
Oh, fantastic. Well, the best of luck today, guys. Now, I think the class is slightly depleted from what we saw in the programme to start with, but still just as tough.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, it's quite a competitive class, really, and everyone's out there to have a good time and, you know, and win. You know, that's what it's all about, really.
Well, let's hope we'll be talking to you later on today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, I mentioned that really it's a tough class in the 500 solo. Tim Nobes, you must be one of those that's going to be in there and mixing it with the top boys.
Yeah, I mean, I got another new machine this morning, and that seems to fly. I mean, I couldn't say what I was told by the sponsor how it went, so it wouldn't be good for camera, but no, it did go really well, and get the start. Hopefully I can win it. I mean, I'm confident.
Absolutely, yeah.
Confidence has gone better.
I mean, it's a nice shape of a circuit. I mean, I don't know whether you've ridden in much here before.
I think when I was 16, it was the last time I was here.
Yeah, but I mean, what I've said to a lot of the riders, I mean, the contours welcome your sort of riding style.
Yeah.
You can drive it in hard into the bends and really get that power on quickly.
Yeah, he does. To see, I mean, I went round in, I mean, I hadn't even ridden that bike before. It just rode beautiful out there, and you can put it where you want. And the track's such a spot on kind of thing.
Fantastic. Well, Tim, it sounds like you've got the setup.
Yeah.
You've got the weather, certainly. Looks like being an incredibly interesting day.
Yeah.
Hope we're going to be talking to you later on.
Yeah, okay.
All the very best.
Could I just say thanks, Mr. Carl Barber. Without this, I wouldn't be doing it, so
Fantastic.
thank you. Thank you very
done.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Well, when I look at the 1000cc sidecar class, I think it's equally as competitive as the 500 solos. Rob Wilson, you've had many trips around this circuit here at Springfield. As good as ever?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a lovely track, and to be fair to Graham, you know, when we all go away tomorrow, he's preparing it for the next time. You know, where for whatever reason, a lot of clubs don't do that, but we know Graham does that, and you know, it's a lovely track for sure. You know.
Indeed, and produces some fantastic racing because there are one or two different lines around the bends.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, some people say it's too big and this ain't right and that ain't right, but it is good, you know, because you can go around the outside. If you can get your wheels in the dirt line, you're certainly faster, but it's a long way round, you know, but equally the guys on the inside can be very quick as well.
Yeah. And things going well for you this year?
Well, we had a fifth at Collier Street beginning of the year, and that wasn't really what we wanted. We went to Easter the other week and we won there. Obviously some of the top competition was away. Yeah, I mean, obviously we could still say we're struggling with the Honda. We're still working on the Honda, that's what I should be saying. And yes, we are getting better on it, for sure.
No, fantastic. Well, it's good to hear, and I think all I can say is I hope I'm talking to you later on this afternoon.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Jim.
Good
Cheers,
luck,
mate.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Well, I've been saying a few times this morning that the competition's tough in every single class, but Martyn Sturgeon, very, very tough lineup in the 500 solo today.
Yeah, it's a bit tougher than Collier Street the other week, but yeah, hopefully the bike goes alright and that we should do alright, I hope.
So you've been out for practice, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's alright, yeah. Had a little play around with it and that, but yeah, it should be alright.
And you've ridden Springfield before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've ridden it a couple of times and that, and yeah, it's a good track, I like it and that, so.
But plenty of competition in this lineup, though.
Yeah, you've got Joe Screen, Richard Hall, and that, and Jamie Rodgers and that, so I have to go for it today.
Well, that's good to hear, because I mean, your performances at Tunbridge does look as if you've got the machinery and you've got the right state of mind at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how it turns out today.
Yeah, hopefully. Have a good day.
No, good stuff.
So.
Nice to speak to you.
All right, cheers.
Well, I had to have a word really with Paul Whitelam, because Paul, I know you've had a great start to the season, really, haven't you?
We've had a couple of good meetings, yeah. A winners in the second, so very pleased with the start.
No, absolutely. And when I look at the pits that we've got here today, I mean, I look at Springfield track. You've ridden in many, many times. You know the track well. Been out for practice. How does it feel?
It feels great, actually. I thought it was going to be very slippy, but there's a fair bit of grip there. So yeah, it's quite good. There's many lines out there, so it's good.
That's one thing I was saying to a couple of the riders earlier on, that there is a choice of lines, and those of you that have been here many times, you know that, and you know it's safe to give it a go, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. You can, if you're a bit behind, you try and go around the outside. Vice versa. If they've gone a bit wide, cut in.
got the insides.
No, absolutely. Well, it sounds as if machinery's on top form at the moment. So, Paul, very best of luck, and you never know, we could be talking to you later on today.
I hope so. Thank you.
Stuff. Thanks, Paul. So the riders now making their way from the pits over to that start line, right over there on the far side to start the day's meeting, and we start with race 1, which is the 250 solo. 250 competition is 4 rides for every single rider. They add the points together and we decide who's done the winning. And at the end of the day, we will be presenting awards to the top 1, 2 and 3 in every single class. So with the 250s, they've got to make sure that they score well every single ride. Starter looks happy, we get underway. So indeed we're underway with the first race of the afternoon with the 250 class, and they stream down that back straight, sort themselves out as they go into that first turn, and up off the first bend they come down towards me for the first time. They start to sort themselves out. And Neil Taylor with quite a considerable lead at the moment. There's a good bunch of riders factoring that third. As they sort themselves out, the gap seems to be opening up between second and third. So Neil Taylor with just the sort of start that he wants as he comes down one. Place. So you keep your eyes on that already picked out in that first lap, and he stayed out in front. Lee Street with no answer to him at the moment. One more lap to go in this first race. Lee Street. 17, Tom Perry sorted out that battle for third place. Looks very comfortable in that. Just one more corner to go. This looks like being a very convincing victory. First time out for Neil Taylor. As he comes towards the checkered flag. First of the afternoon. The win for Neil Taylor. Lee Street in second. Tom Perry in third. So the first race of the afternoon for the 2008 Champion of Champions. We start with a win for number 173, Neil Taylor. Second place goes to number 75, Lee Street. Third place, number 17, that's Tom Perry. And fourth place, number 31, Paul Simons. Fifth place, number 82, Chris Steele. Sixth place, number 87. Seventh place, number 45. Eighth place, 57. And ninth place, 32. The winning time was 1:30.50. 1:30.50. Just checked and double checked the average speed for that time, 62.85. 62.85. So those numbers again, if you missed any of those, were 173, 75, 17, 31, 82, 87, 45, 57, and 32. 1:30.50. 62.85. So we now turn our attention to 500 Sidecar, and as I mentioned earlier, there are quite a lot of changes in the 500 Sidecar. The format being that we've had to condense the races down, so this we will classify as race 2 as it is in your programme, but there's no Tony Cook. And Nick Radley, George Penfold, Wayne Reid and Mike Reid are joined by Shaun Harvey, 72, and 77, Trevor Seward. Now there's no Scott Francis, no Scott Dunn. Paul Moorcock and Dean Norton don't go in this particular race. To say there'll be 5 500 Sidecar races, every rider gets 4 rides, and as with the 250s, it's the highest point scorers get the 1, 2 and 3. It does look as if we've got problems for one of the riders. I'm sure somebody's already started the clock. Well, at last we see the last outfit making its way to that start line. 500 Sidecars this afternoon, and they get underway down that back straight, already starting to sort themselves out. And as they go into that top turn, you can see that one of the advantages of this track is that many of the riders have told me this morning they can take 1, 2 or 3 lines round each bend, and the early lead is with Nick Radley, by Shaun Harvey in second place. So Nick Radley and Abby Radley out in front. I had a chance to speak to Nick this morning, and he said that he enjoys racing here at Swingfield. Yes, there is the opportunity to take different lines around the bends, but he really has got away and looks very comfortable. Shaun Harvey in second, doesn't look to have enough response to him at the moment. Problems a bit further down the field. It means that it's opened up for Mike Reid to get comfortable in that third place, but he's got a lot of ground to make up as we look to the front, and Nick Radley really does look down the bit between the teeth as he goes up that back straight, looking very comfortable in the lead. Terrific start for Nick and Abby as they come down past me and see the last lap flag. Harvey in that second place. Mike Reid and Mark Hopkins still there in third place, but the gaps really have opened up. And remind you that there is no race 3. All of the riders that were able to go, we cram into race 2. You might think that 1 or 2 riders shouldn't be out there, but believe me, they are. And that's a great start of the day for number 21, Nick Radley and Abby Radley. So, race 2, the official result reads as a win for outfit number 21. That's Nick Radley and Abby Radley. In second place, number 72. That, of course, is the outfit of Shaun Harvey and Danny Hogg. In third place, number 57, Mike Reid and Mark Hopkins. Fourth place, number 77, Trevor Stewart and Darren Sargent. Fifth place, number 971, Dean Norton and Joe Richmond. Those are your 5 finishers. The winning time was 1:33.05, 1:33.05. 61.12 that averaged, 61.12. So 21, 72, 57, 77 and 971. And remind you again, there is no race 3, so we move straight to race 4, and we see the 350s for the very first time this afternoon. No change, as I mentioned earlier, number 13 actually rides number 12, that's Chris Watts. And there's no 68 Daniel Berwick. New team edition, number 7. That's Andrew Whittaker. But the 350s get underway for the first time. Down that back straight they go. Sorting themselves out into that first turn. And again you can see with the 350s there are different lines into that top bend. They sort themselves out in the middle of the bend and then attack this finishing straight. David on the inside. It is the addition to the programme. Andrew Whittaker that's going round the outside of Dave Mears and gets himself to the front. Only had a long journey to get here, Andrew Whittaker, but it looks as if it's starting the right way and has all been worthwhile. Into that top bend he goes, looking very quick indeed. Off the top bend he comes, right out the outside market. Dave Mears in there in second place. Bob Norman is the rider in third, giving us a bit of a European feel about the 350. Bob, of course, resident in Holland at the moment. Sitting there in a very good third place. The bigger gaps are between third and fourth place. I just wonder if it is closing up a little bit at the front as we go into the last lap, because Dave Mears has certainly got closer to Andrew Whittaker. And Bob Norman is certainly not far away from the back wheel of Dave Mears. So those 3 now, and Bob Norman starts to make a challenge. Bob Norman on the inside of Dave Mears, looking to make it break up the back straight. He gets his wheel in front as he goes into the last turn. It is Bob Dolman that's got into second. Dave Mears is dropped back to third, but Andrew Whittaker looks to be too far away for Bob Dolman. Bob Dolman's in problem. Bob Dolman is problem to me, and Dave Mears gets his second back. And Craig Smith comes through for a third place that was effectively handed to him. So big disappointment for Bob Dolman, who pushes off onto the outside of the circuit. Can't see at the moment whether it was a chain. I think it possibly is a chain. Bob Dolman just pushing over the line to get what points he can salvage from this one. And all of us now in front of us can see that he's lost a chain. By the look of it, he's caught up in the actual drive shaft as well. So So quickly, help is at hand. So race 4 then, and big disappointment for Bob Dolman, who takes his helmet off in front of us here. That was a lost chain on the very last bend, but it does mean that we've got an official result as a win for rider number 7. That's the addition to your programme, Andrew Whittaker. In second place, number 19, Dave Mears. In third place, number 5, that's Matt Etherington. In fourth place, number 17, Tom Perry. In fifth place, number 88. In sixth place, number 14. Oh, I'm just being corrected, that's 114 in sixth place, 114. Seventh place goes to number 12, eighth place number 2, ninth place number 37, 10th place number 6, 11th place 59, and 12th place finisher there number 16. The winning time was 1:30.35, 1:30.35, 62.95 they average, 62.95. So you should have had for race 4, the first outing of the 350s, 7, 19, 5, 17, 88, 114, 12, 2, 37, 6, 59 and 16. 1:30.35 was the time, 62.95. Now if you look to race 5, we now turn our attention for the first time this afternoon to the 500cc solos, where they all get 3 tough rides. The top point scorers will qualify for a one-off final. So if you want to keep the points, you can during the afternoon. If you just want to enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the racing, then the point scorers next to me will keep all of the points for us. They'll tell us who's made it into the final, and we can enjoy the final as a one-off race at the end of the day. So to decide who is going to be the 500cc champion of champions for 2008, will all be on that big final at the end of the day. Before that, we've got a lot of qualifying to do, a lot of point scoring to do, and we start looking at race 5 with Tim Nobes out for the first time, Mitch Godden out for the first time, Gareth Hickmott. There's no Paul Cooper, but of course that means that we've got Richard Hall going in this one. So he will ride as number 11. Rob Watts, Rod McDonald, Martyn Sturgeon and Joe Green. A cracking lineup for the very first of the 500 solos for this afternoon. We get underway very quickly on the far side. You can see there's 4 riders together. I think that's Joe Screen that's gone through on the inside, but I'll sort that out for you as they come down past me. A long way away on the far side there, but they're sorting themselves out on that first turn. It is indeed Joe Screen that's got away. Richard Hall is up there in second place. Martyn Sturgeon in third at the moment. That's the 3 that have broken away. But Joe Screen back on the Grasstrack scene, promising us that he's going to be doing a lot more meetings this year. Wants to win the British Masters title 2008. So we will be seeing Joe Screen on the racing circuit. He has time to look over his shoulder. Must know that he is the very talented Richard Hall still there in second. Tim Nobes has moved through now as he's got himself in front of Martyn Sturgeon, but just as I say that, you can see that he's put it down on that pit bend. So disappointment there on that bottom turn for one of our riders, but as we see the last lap flag going, Joe Screen in the lead, Richard Hall in second. Tim Nobes in third place. Not out of contention across that far side. Richard Hall has certainly got closer to Joe Screen. Tim Nobes flying in third place. Well, Joe looks over his shoulder. He's making it look comfortable. That's a terrific finish from Tim Nobes. I think he just got second place on the line. Oh, Richard Hall looking down at machinery. I don't know whether it packed up in that last turn, but he was coasting across the line. And I think second was just nicked by Tim Nobes. Well, a terrific start to the afternoon in the 500 solos. Race 5 in your programme. It was a win for number 17, Joe Screen. In second place and just on the line was number 2, Tim Nobes. Third place then goes to number 11, who I think had problems as he crossed the line. That's Richard Hall. Fourth place was number 15, Martyn Sturgeon. Fifth place, number 9, Mitch Godden. Sixth place, number 14, Rob McDonald. 7th place was number 7, 8th place 13. The winning time was 1:23.81, 1:23.81. They average 67.86. 67.86. It's getting quicker. We're already into race 6. They're coming down past me. For the first time, Richard Smith has gone away. Charlie Saunders is in second place to him, but Richard Smith is the pace setter, and Richard Smith goes up that back straight, leading from in second place the youngster number 25, Charlie Saunders. Oh, we've lost one competitor on that pit bend again. So one or two riders finding this very difficult to keep up with. First time out. So race 6 then, the win very comfortable in the end for number 33. That's Richard Smith. A great start of the day for him, and he's followed home in second by 25 Charlie Saunders. Third place 22 Ben Hopwood. Fourth place number 37 Ben Smith. In fifth place number 47. Sixth place 52 and seventh place 6. Winning time was 124.90. 124.90. That equates to 66.99. 66.99. So very close to the time that goes green. At the moment we've got Jamie Rodgers trying to get the lead. He's the rider on the outside who just noses in front as he comes around that pit bend. And Jamie Rodgers loses it as he comes out of the bend though. Good scrap between these two. I'm quickly looking down the list. I'm expecting that perhaps to be John Jeffries, but we'll confirm that as he comes down past me. John Jeffries, my estimates were correct. And Jamie Rodgers looks to have the better of it now as he goes up that back straight. Does most of his racing up in the north of England. We do see him a few times down south. Very, very skillful rider. He looks to be John Jeffries, who pushed him hard in the first couple of laps. Hang on to that second place. Barry Burkett is the rider in third place at the moment, and a rather depleted field. I'm sure that Jamie Rodgers won't mind as he goes into that top straight. He'll be anxious to know what sort of time he's put up to compare to Richard Smith and Joe Crane. Crosses the line comfortably. He takes the win. John Jeffries in second and So race 7, that completes the first leg rides for the 500 solos, and it means we now know who the 3 winners were, because the official winner of race 7 is number 71, Jamie Rodgers. In second place, number 141, John Jeffries. In third place, number 169, Barry Burkett. In fourth place, number 170, Mark Taylor. Fifth place, 68. And the winning time, 124.04, 124.04. That average 67.68. When you think that half the time they're going sideways, an incredible speed they must be doing in the middle of the straights. So we go past the advert for Grasstrack's newest website, and we go to race 8, where we see the 1000cc sidecars for the very first time. And exactly as the 500 solos, a terrific lineup of sidecars here this afternoon. They've got 3 point scoring rides, so you can't really afford to drop one, because there's only 6 going into that big final at the end of the day. So, race 8, we see Steve Smith for the first time. Andy Gribble, we saw have a late practice. Peter Lloyd, Matt from Roller, Paul Johnson, and Miles Simmons. Ah, well, we might have done, but Starter obviously not happy with that. 1 or 2 riders getting away a bit quicker than the others, so they'll all be drawn back for a restart. So all the outfits brought back to that start line. I think there's still some issues on that start line. Starman doesn't look happy with one or two of the outfits. I think they want them spaced out a bit more. One or two riders too close together. Now being drawn to the start line. Working out which way the start gates go, because if you look in your program in the brackets you'll see the starting position, and it looks as if they've got number 1 right on the outside, and again it looks as if the tapes have malfunctioned. Steve Smith got a clear run from the outside. I think they're going to have to go and do it all again. So we watch the tapes this time. They go cleanly, we get them underway cleanly, and they come down past me for the first time. The first of the 1000cc sidecars. Problems for Matt front roller, but it's Andy Gribble that's got to the front. Miles Simmons goes with him into that first turn. Matt front roller sorts himself out, and it's Miles Simmons that dives underneath Andy Gribble and gets himself to the front as he goes up that back straight. Well, Andy Gribble dropping back, he's had to stay wide, and there's a gap on the inside of him. You can see there's another outfit trying to get through, and look at that outfit in 5th place going to come through. From 5th to 3rd in one swell move. Miles Simmons gets away. Paul Johnson is in 2nd. Paul Johnson moves through into 2nd place. Passengered by Damien James this afternoon. But that's a big gap that he's got to try and close, with Miles Simmons setting a cracking place and Kevin Woodley out in front at the moment. There's another change going on in that 3rd place. Peter Lloyd and Nick Wilson find their way through into that 3rd spot. Peter Lloyd then up into 3rd, chasing after Paul Johnson as they go down that back straight. But Miles Simmons does look to be very, very quick. We'll see what sort of time he puts up in this first of the 1000cc sidecars. And remind you that point scoring through to qualification for a final. A very, very important win, this first one for Miles Simmons. Paul Johnson in a good position in 2nd place. Matt front roller now back on racing as he closes up and tries to get a few extra points, and he's asked for a start for Matt front roller. He's got a lot of work to do in his next 2 rides, but he still wants to get that extra point by going around the outside of Andy Grimwell, cuts back underneath. Miles Simmons gets the win, Paul Johnson gets 2nd, Peter Lloyd in 3rd, and Andy Grimwell hangs on to that 4th place. So, race 8 then was the first of the 1000cc sidecars, and disappointment for Steve Smith hitting problems earlier on. But the win goes to a very, very on form Miles Simmons and Kevin Woodley, outfit number 9 in 1st place. 2nd place goes to number 7, Paul Johnson and Damien James. In 3rd place, number 4, Peter Lloyd, Nick Wilson. 4th place, number 3, Andy Gribble, Dave Williams. And 5th place, number 5, Matt Frommerola and Andy Wilson. 146.94 was the winning time, 146.94, 60.59 the average. So 9, 7, 4, 3, 5, 146.94, 60.59. 1000cc sidecars sponsored by Seafront, across the channel. As we see race 9 getting underway, and Rob Wilson made a terrific start. Rich Blackmore is up there in 2nd place. And we've got nose death live. And, 4 outfits only, so we'll sort out who it is that hasn't gone in this one as they come off that top turn. Rob Wilson it is has got away. Colin Blackmore has now gone up into 2nd. Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath in 3rd place now, as they've got past Reg Blackmore, who had that early lead. We've seen Rob Wilson go well here at Swingfield before. He knows the track well. The comment he made when I interviewed him this morning for the video was that there are a couple of different lines around these bends. Colin Blackmore, of course, who was pretty British Masters champion last year. He's bought new machinery for this year, but he said to me this morning he's not happy with it at the moment, so he's gone back to last year's machinery for today. And he's closing the gap on Rob Wilson as they come into that pit bend for the last time. Oh, not the last time indeed, it is the last lap flag, and Colin Blackburn has got it. Colin Blackburn leads going into the last lap. Well, he closed up on Rob Wilson. Rob Wilson was almost looking complacent with that early lead that he had. But Colin Blackburn has closed the gap brilliantly and sneaked through on that pit bend. And he's got the checkered flag waiting for him this time as he comes round. Well, indeed it is going to be a first race victory for Colin Blackburn and for Whitelam Jr. Rob Wilson and Tony Saunders get second place. 17 Ray Westbrook in third. So, race 9 in your programme, a win for number 25, but he certainly had to work for it. Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. In second place, number 24, Rob Wilson, Terry Saunders. In third place, number 17, Ray Westbrook and Tony Heath. In fourth place, number 25, Reg Blackburn and passenger for today, Vince Kitchen. 147.35 was the winning time, 147.35, 60.34 they averaged. So we move to race 10. Already the outfits coming out of the pits, ready for race 10. We see Mark Cossar for the first time, Rob Winterburns, Matt Tyrrell, Will Offham and Rob Radley. Rob, of course, you might recognise was out in the 250s earlier on this afternoon. The sidecar driver that I know of competes solo races as well. Busy man this afternoon, he's got 4 rides in the 250s. Pretty hard qualified rides in the 1000s. So they get underway, this race 10 in your programme as they come down past me for the first time. Mark Cossar has made a good start. Well, there looks to be problems as they go into that first turn, but things get sorted out, and Mark Cossar has most certainly got the lead sorted out as he goes down that back straight. Closing up in second and third place as two outfits together go into that bottom turn. Mark Cossar has nothing to do with that at all. He's got away and comes up past me, leading from in second place. Oh, it's close, but Rob Winterburns and Rob Radley in here sort of scrapping that one out. And Rob Winterburns is the rider that's got second place just from Rob Radley in third place at the moment. Well, as they go down the back straight, I suspect that Rob Winterburns and Gareth Winterburns are actually closing on Mark Cossar. Well, they're closing indeed. They go up the inside of Mark Cossar and they get in front. Mark Cossar responds though. He stays tight on the back wheel as they go into that top turn. Can Mark Cossar respond? Down the back straight, Rob Winterburns opens up and looks very, very quick indeed down that back straight. Well, he was back in third place at the end of the first lap, but he's worked his way through and he's got himself to the front. One more lap to go. And Rob and Gareth Winterburns lead from Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburns. Rob Radley and Shaun Simpson still holding that third place. So this is a good start to the day for Rob Winterburns. Be interested now to see what sort of time he puts up for his first outing this afternoon. And off that pit bend he comes. Checkered flag at the ready. Well, Rob Winterburns and Gareth Winterburns take the win. Mark Cossar in second. Rob Radley in third. And Matt Tyrrell in fourth. So, race 10 it was in your programme. Busy collecting points for qualification into that big C France Champion of Champions final. A good way to start is winning your first ride, and that's exactly what 48 Rob Winterburns and Gareth Winterburns have done. So number 1 place goes to 48 Rob Winterburns. In second place, number 37 Mark Cossar and Tristan Winterburns. In third place, number 87 Rob Radley and Shaun Simpson. In fourth place, number 69 Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. In fifth place, number 80 Will Offham and Andy Wood. The winning time was 147.20, 147.0, 60.44. So we've seen most of the 1000cc competitors. We move to race 8 when we see the last of them out for the first time. Yep, see Paul Whitelam, Pete Colvin, Tony Penfold, John Hiscock, Mark Warren, And Ryan Partridge.
Whitelam has made a cracking start. Oh, Whitelam flies into that first turn. He's got a comfortable lead on John Hiscock as we lose one of our outfits into the centre green. Well, he'll have to rejoin the circuit where he went off, but as we turn our attention across the far side, we can see that Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott lead comfortably from John Hiscock in second place and Simon Beanie. Well, it's 99, Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin that are holding that third place. Fourth place to Mark Warren. And Mark trying to close the gap as the dust starts to fly on that top turn. Well, it was indeed Ryan Partridge and Anthony Grant that went off on that first turn. Oh, we've seen Paul Whitelam have a win at Tunbridge earlier in the season. In a second up at Wainfleet, I understand, and he really does look to be flying here this afternoon. So we've seen three very, very close times from the winners of race 8, 9 and 10. I just wonder what sort of time Paul Whitelam's going to put up, because he has opened a big, big gap between him and second place. John Hiscock can do nothing about that big gap in front of him, but there looks to be a bit of a challenge on for that third place. Mark Warren trying to close the gap. Will he be able to do it on that last turn? Pete Colvin still with third at the moment. Mark Warren closes once again. He's going to attack on that last turn, I'm sure, but the win most certainly goes to Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. John Hiscock takes the second. Pete Colvin hangs on to third and Mark Warren in fourth. So, race 11 in your programme, the last of the first leg rides for the 1000cc sidecars, and it means now we know the fourth winner is number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. In second place, number 184, John Hiscock and Simon Beanie. In third place, number 99, Pete Colvin and Steve Colvin. Fourth place, 306, Mark Warren and Steve Henderson. Fifth place goes to 125, sixth place goes to 514, and the winning time was 147.63, 147.63. They averaged 60.20, 60.20. So all four times now we know have been very, very close for the sidecars, as we now turn our attention back to the 250s and remind you that it was a win first time out for number 173. That of course is Neil Taylor. Get underway and we look for those very distinctive red leathers of Neil Taylor. I think he's back down the field, so we may see some changing in this one as they sort themselves out on that first turn. It's these three that contemplate this time. Neil's up in second place. So as Lee Street made some adjustments during the interval between his first ride and this one, Neil Taylor in second place at the moment. You remember that he had quite a lead on Lee Street in his first ride. There's a change for that third place going on. I'm watching what's going on at the front of the Tom Perry it is in third place, who indeed had a third first time out. And I think the intrigue is, what has Lee Street done? He looks a lot quicker this time. Neil Taylor must be wondering what he's got to do to try and get back on the top. One more left to go then for Lee Street, second time out this afternoon. Neil Taylor still there in second place. Tom Perry still holding third. And I do suspect that Tom Perry's closing on Neil Taylor. He's got a lot of work to do if he's going to take that second place, but he certainly is closing. Checker flag will be ready for them this time, and Tom Perry looks as if he's going to attack on the exit of the net. Neil Taylor in second, Tom Perry in third. So, race 12 it was. We were back with the 250s. Their second ride this afternoon, and we've now got two riders equal because the winner of race 12 was number 75, Lee Street. Second to him was number 173, Neil Taylor. Third place goes to number 17, Tom Perry. Fourth place, number 31, Paul Simmons. Fifth place, number 32. Sixth place, 82. Seventh place, 45. Eighth place, 87. And ninth place, 57. 131.88 was the time, 131.88. 61.90 the average speed, 61.90. Race 13, we're with the 500 sidecars, and as we did earlier on, we scrapped race 14, so there will only be one 500 sidecar race, but any riders that possibly should have gone in 14 will be moved into 13 to take the place of those that aren't going. It all makes sense, doesn't it? Right, race 13, we should be seeing Wayne Reid, Paul Moorcock, George Penfold, Trevor Stewart, Nick Radley and Dean Norton. Now, Nick Radley, we know had a win first time out. And, closest to him was number 72, Shaun Harvey, who we don't see this time. Or do we? No? No, we don't. Right. So we should have 56, 123, 124, 77, 21 and 971. Well, we certainly haven't got all of those, have we? We got 4. First, they sort themselves out on that first turn. One thing we can't be sure of, that we've got Nick and Abby Radley out there, and they're out in front. Mike Reid in second, Paul Moorcock in third. But Nick Radley trying to make it 2 out of 2 as he goes round that bottom turn. Looks very much in control. Looks to be enjoying this circuit this afternoon. There's a challenge for that second place. Mike Reid hasn't got it all his own way. Paul Moorcock trying to close on him as he moves into that top turn. Abby Radley working on the back of the machine. Certainly having to take no choices about what line he takes. So that's a good scrap going on for that second place. Mike Reid has responded a little bit. I think he and Mark Hopkins have realised that they've got a challenge coming from behind them from Paul Moorcock and John Cook. Those two outfits together as they go into the top turn. But there's a big gap now for Nick Radley. He really does look to be flying this afternoon. Well, I just wonder if this is going to be a sign that Nick Radley will be able to compete on par with some of those big Europeans that are coming over next weekend at Tunbridge. This certainly does look to be a good run out for him this afternoon. He's in top form. As he comes off that top turn, he'll see the checker flag this time. It's going to be 2 out of 2 for Nick and Abby Radley. Second place, Mike Reid has come on to, and third place there to Paul Moorcock. And we give you the result of race 13. We found that one of the riders wasn't who we thought it was out there. It was a win for number 21, that's for sure, and we can be sure of. Nick Radley and Abby Radley, number 21, goes in first place. But in second place, it was 56. That was Wayne Reid and Craig, not Craig, but anyway, it was Wayne Reid. And he was on his father's machinery, so hence we saw 57, it was 56. In third place, 123. In fourth place, 971. 133.81, 60.63. I'll give you that one again because already we've got race 15, the 350s out on the circuit, and of course remind you that it was our addition to the programme, Andrew Whittaker, that actually took the first win. Looking for Andrew, he's back in fourth place at the moment. The rest of the riders have responded as we'd expect them to. I'm sure there's always a lot of changes go on from that first race into the second one. But Matt Etherington it is that's got to the front, and Matt looks to be opening up a bit of a gap. So number 5, Matt Etherington, finished in third place first time. Bob went up in second place, who had a disastrous first ride. He lost the chain on the last turn. He's up in second. Dave Mears in third place at the moment, and the winner of that first leg, Andrew Whittaker, back in fourth place. So this really is mixing the points up, because Matt Etherington finished in third first time out. Right down there on 1 point back of the field. He finished in second, Dave Mears in third, and Andrew Whittaker in fourth. So race 15, the 350s, let's give you that result first of all. Race 15, 350 second ride was a win for number 5, Matt Etherington. In second place, number 16, Bob Dolman. In third place, number 19, Dave Mears. In fourth place, number 7, Andrew Whittaker. Fifth place, number 17. Sixth place, number 2. Seventh place, 88. Eighth place, 59. Ninth place, 37. 10th place, 12. 11th place, 6. 12th place goes 114. 128.82 was the winning time, 128.82. 64.03 they averaged, 64.03, and those numbers again in race 15 were 5, 16, 19, 7, 17, 2, 88, 59, 37, 12, 6 and 114. Now to confirm the result for race 13, that was a 500 sidecar, it was a win for 21, second 56, third 123, fourth 971, 133.81 was the winning time, and 60.63 was the average speed. So we now turn our attention to 500 solo. They're already out on the track. They're already racing down to the speed. This Richard Hall has made the best of the start. Mitch Golden is in there in second place. And Richard Hall, who had a second first time out, he's indeed had a third place first time. I remember he got caught just off the line when they finished. Mitch Golden's now been caught by John Jeffrey. John Jeffrey's on the outside. Mitch responds once again and tries to stay with John Jeffrey. It's a good scrap between those two. Richard Hall has a cheeky look over his shoulder. He knows that he's got a bit of comfort space behind him, but he'll be conscious of what happened in that first ride when he coasted across the line and was just nicked from third to second. John Jeffrey still there in second place, Mitch Golden in third. Is the rider that came in from the 350 class, Daniel Berwick. This is exactly what Richard Hall would have wanted from his second ride. He knows he was down on points in the first one. He wants to make sure he's in that final. He takes the win. John Jeffrey's in second, Mitch Golden in third. Race 16, we start with the second leg rides for the 500 solos, and a very convincing win for rider number 11, Richard Hall. In second place, number 141, John Jeffries. In third place, number 9, Mitch Golden. Fourth place, 68, that's Daniel Berwick. And fifth place, 60, Simon Kuhu. And at sixth place, 47, James Theobald. The winning time, 124.08, 124.08, 67.64. 67.64.